Hello everyone, it's Matt here, and I think we can all agree that 2019 has been an incredibly long year. Over the past 36 months, personally, I've baked hundreds of cakes. I've been apologetically late, but still late, to thousands of video calls, and I've had upwards of almost 2.5 haircuts. And at this point of year, we'd usually also have Quentin Smith here, telling you about what he's been doing this year on Shut Up and Sit Down, and I'm thrilled to announce that's not going to be happening because he's on holiday seeing his family and is therefore legally banned from doing any work. But speaking of work, I've got a little confession to make. This year we failed to keep our promise. As many of you know, a great deal of our work is funded by you, the community. People who love what we do and just want to see it continue. And rather than letting our work become bloated throughout the year with constant reminders of this, we instead prefer to just come to you just twice a year to say, hey, in case you didn't know, this is how it works. If you want to support us, you can do so. And in exchange for that, we give you a glimpse into the future. We let you know what we're planning to do with that continued support. And at this point, if you're like, what? I didn't know this really great YouTube podcast thing I love is supported by donations. I want to be a part of that. Then you can and you should. Honestly, new donors are a huge part of our continued ability to keep doing this. And so, yeah, if you'd like to do that and you can, go to shutupandsitdown.com/donate or click the link in the description. Skip the rest of the video. Take the day off. Thank you so much. It makes a huge difference. But if you did watch our update earlier this year, in the summer of 2021, we've got a bit of an apology that we need to make. We said that we were going to be doing a brand new video series that was going to be starting this year to celebrate our 10 years of Shut Up and Sit Down, no less. And we haven't done it. It hasn't happened. We're confident we're going to be spinning that up in the start of next year, 2022, but we said we'd be doing it this year, and we didn't do it. Why?
It is entirely my fault. I singularly take responsibility.
Singularly.
I singularly?
Singularly?
Well, that's just not what you've written.
Don't be ridiculous, Tom. It is not your fault. These things happen, okay? But it just doesn't feel right to be getting you hyped for more new stuff in 2022 when we've yet to deliver on our last set of promises. And so today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be cracking open a fresh can of Candid and just giving you a little bit of an insight into what's going on in a form that's fairly similar as a video version of our monthly written newsletter. A written update from the whole team that goes straight into your inbox telling you what we've been watching or reading or what video games we've been playing, but also retrospectively talking about the things we've done, talking about our plans for the future, talking about where we're at. Now, this is obviously something that is exclusively available to anybody who donates to Shut Up and Sit Down at any level. And it is also exclusively available to anybody who can't afford to do that or for whatever reason doesn't want to and just asks us politely if they can have access to the newsletters. It's an airtight system. Only those people can get a read on that. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to be giving you a little video insight to what's happening, what's been going on. So come with me now as we go behind the curtain. It's not. Nah, it's not gonna. So it turns out I don't really have any curtains in my home, other than. So in terms of building on what people expect from Shut Up and Sit Down, I'm super proud of what we've been able to do over the years. I think we've continued to consistently improve the quality and consistency of what we do in a way that I don't think we've ever really been complacent. But there's another part of what we do, right? Spending that extra energy. The support that we're given allows us to not only do what people expect, but also try and engineer and create things that are going to surprise you and hopefully delight you, to do things outside of the realm of expectation. And in more normal times, sometimes that's been as simple as we're going to come to loads of conventions this year and say hello to as many people as we can. Or we're going to put together a big, ambitious new video project, make a documentary, for example. But in the past couple of years, we've had to change tack a little bit for a bunch of reasons. And that's led to us basically focusing on being like, what can we do to kind of help out a little bit? Digital conventions, just giving people who are stuck inside for months and months and months something to put in their calendar that was just a bit different. A whole game that we produced that's entirely free to download and print and play. And it's a great game. I'm just going to come out and say that. Not a lot of people have talked about it or covered it, but it's great. And you can do that for free just because it's like, crikey, people needed something to cheer them up a bit. And I don't know what the future brings, but we're always trying to do that. Just try and push outside a little bit in whatever regard we feel you folks need right now. The podcast, a huge one. People for years have said, please, please, please make the podcast more frequent. So we've done it. Getting into your ears every single week. And I can't take any of the credit for that. Okay? Like Tom has been really instrumental in wrangling that and keeping everything on track.
It was me, I did it, and I take full responsibility.
But honestly, a lot of what I've been doing over the past year has been partially invisible. Those of you who care may have noticed that I've not been in as many videos or podcasts over the past 6 months to a year, and that's because I've been plugging away quite hard on building systems that are going to allow us to continue to work together to create really cool things next year, regardless of whether or not it's a back to normal year or another weird, strange, long year. Right? And honestly, adapting to overcome and wrangle around these things and build a system that works regardless has been a real pain in the bum. But we feel pretty empowered and excited having some of these systems there, knowing that we have some form of reliability for next year. And honestly as well, those of you who've been watching the channel will have realized that a lot of what I've been doing over the past 6 months has been training up the wonderful Ava Foxford. Now, she's been writing for the website for years already, and she's been a part of the community before that for even longer. But over the past few months, I've really been stepping that up and getting her all the skills she needs to become a fully fledged member of our video team. And hopefully over the past few months, you'll have seen that starting to happen. And that's something you're going to continue to see more and more of at the start of 2022. It's been an exciting process to discover that, hey, you can magically, apparently, teach people how to do lighting and sound and filming and presenting just by cleverly using a couple of webcams and getting onto video chat. Tripod, because within this there are 3 different parts.
Matt, you're upside down.
Oh, look, well, if I can just sort of, how about if I sort of do a handstand like this? Is that any...
Matt, I think there's a chance you're not wearing trousers.
Don't worry, that was just a joke. I'm always wearing trousers. Finally, to be real again, the process of teaching Tom and now Ava the frankly weird and wonderful set of skills that we need to do what we do on a day-to-day basis has been so rewarding for so many reasons, but not least because of the fact that having yourself being open to reasonable questions means that you're constantly being rewarded with the gift of being able to refresh your perspective on the concepts and things that you do on a day-to-day basis that you haven't even noticed for years. I feel this blooming sense of the fact that not only is the website going to improve and everything we do going to improve because of the additions that we've made, but also because of the fact that we've been gifted the ability to actually make everything better from the inside out. And that's what we've been doing for a lot of this year, getting the foundations that allow us to do that. And, you know, if you're listening to this now and being like, Matt, this is super waffly, super nebulous, not interested in what you're saying at all, fair enough. But what I can tell you is that this year is no different from any other year in the history of Shut Up and Sit Down. We've continued to deliver the things that you already know you want and you already know you expect, whilst also pooling some of that additional excitement and energy into creating the next thing. The thing that you don't even know you want yet, but when it comes, you'll be like, oh, this is wonderful. It's just that the thing we've been building this year is kind of boring and required loads of kind of boring thinking and work behind the scenes. But yeah, The invigoration and the excitement behind all of this is super real, and I feel very confident that this kind of fictional translucent skeleton that we've built is going to be bearing fruit real soon. Skeleton fruit, you heard it here first. And that's it. If you can afford to do so and you want to do so, support us. You should do it. Support Shut Up and Sit Down. And yeah, that's it. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for everything from me and the entire team, and we will see you all very, very soon. Thank you so much.